Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and by request, here is that no-bake pumpkin pie cheesecake recipe. Now, this original recipe came to me from Kraft Foods like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. Yeah, when I was one. Anyway. However, lots of people have a recipe similar to this one, but they're all basically the same. It takes like 5 minutes to put together, 4 hours in the refrigerator, and oh my goodness, you will be so amazed at the flavor and the sheer deliciousness of this pie. Now, you pumpkin pie haters, don't fear. This is actually going to blow your mind. My husband does not like pumpkin at all, and this pie makes his plate every year. So are you ready for this adventure? Let's go. Okay, so all we are going to start with is a block of room temperature or softened cream cheese. To this bowl, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of milk and 1 tablespoon of sugar. That's it. We're going to give this a good mix with our mixer, and then we'll move on to the next step. So 1 and 1. And now we mix. Right, pretty sure that is perfectly done. All right, now we are gonna add to our cream cheese mixture 4 ounces of whipped topping that has been defrosted. So it needs to be nice and melty and ooey and gooey, or else it will never mix together with this topping. We wanna mix it until it is smooth. All right, and once you think you've got it as smooth as you can get, now we're gonna put it right into our pie crust. Now today I am using the Mydell gluten-free pie crust because this is actually for a friend of mine. But I love Mydell. It is gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, tree nut-free. It is a really awesome brand. You can find them at your local grocery store for just a couple bucks more than the regular graham cracker pie crusts, and they really do taste delicious. So for those of you who are not gluten-free, just get yourself a regular graham cracker pie crust. I believe they are about 6 ounces. Yeah, it's about a 6-ounce pie crust. So now we're just going to put our cream cheese layer right in the bottom. And then we're gonna take an offset spreader and we are just gonna spread this evenly into the bottom. All right, that's all you need to do. The next layer is one 15-ounce can of pumpkin. Now, if you are like me and you buy the larger cans of pumpkin because you're using pumpkin almost every day during the fall season, totally me, 15 ounces of pumpkin is about 2 cups. So if you measure out 2 cups, then take out about 2.5 tablespoons of pumpkin, you will have your 15-ounce can. So that's a little thing that you want to tuck away, especially for those of us who like to buy those huge cans of pumpkin and something asks for just 1 small can and you're like, I don't know. So 2 cups minus 2.5 tablespoons. Next, we are gonna add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, half of a tablespoon, nope, just kidding. Next, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half of a teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cloves. Yes, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cloves. And we're gonna just dump it right in and give that a good mix so that everything is kind of mixed in there. Right? Next, we're gonna add 1 cup of milk. I know this seems weird, but just bear with the process. You wanna make sure everything is mixed together well before we add the dry ingredients. All right, so it should look very much like baby food. Don't worry, we're gonna add something to it. All right, next we're gonna add 2 packages of vanilla instant pudding. When you buy this pudding, make sure it's instant. There might have been a year that I bought cooked to serve pudding, and That doesn't work. So make sure you buy the instant pudding. And you can buy the generic stuff. You could also probably go with the sugar-free one as well. I've never tried the sugar-free one, but I assume that it will work just similarly. I don't know, but it's just pudding and the sugar, and as long as it sets up like normal, you should be okay. So we're gonna dump both packages right into this pumpkin puree baby food mixture. And these are about the 3.4 ounce packages of vanilla, I believe. They're just the smaller. Don't get the family size vanilla pudding and put 2 of them in there. Just get the regular sized ones. Now it's time to use our mixer. So usually I start to mix it first, and once the powder is kind of dissolved, we're gonna turn the mixer on for just 2 minutes, and then we're gonna pour it into the pie shell. So I'll see you in about 2 minutes after this quick montage. All right, both minutes are up. Now it's time to pour it into our pie crust. All right, now here's a couple things I want to mention. When you pour it into the pie crust, sometimes it feels like way too much pie. You don't have to pour it all in there, but the recipe is a nice big high pie. Just make sure to dome it in the middle so that your top fits on. Otherwise, you put as much as you want in that pie. My sister used to make this all of the time, and I believe that she would actually not put the whole thing on there. But I mean, like, I seem to remember that, but ever since I've been making it, I just put the whole thing on there, spread it out, make it kind of even all over. Try not to make a mess like I just did. Whoops. Try to get it actually into the pie crust, and then we are just going to smooth it out with the spatula. So make sure that it touches the graham cracker crust here on the side, and then leave the rest of it domed upwards. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So it's kind of like a huge meringue almost. You know how meringue kind of comes up in a mountain? It's very similar. Okay, once your cheesecake layer is completely covered, now you can kind of smooth your pie a bit. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. See how it's kind of domed in the middle there? Oh yeah. Now we're going to put the lid on. Okay, so here is the dilemma that I come across every year. Do I put the lid on and squish the pie down, or do I leave the lid off? I definitely put the lid on and kind of squish it just a little bit, because it's not going to hurt the pie, and I definitely want to protect it inside of the refrigerator. If you were going to eat it that same day, you could probably put it into the refrigerator with no top on it, but since usually I make mine the day before, I always put a top on. When it comes off later, you will be able to smooth it just a little bit, but it's no big deal. Now, as I mentioned, it needs to go in the refrigerator for 4 hours, but lucky you, I've already made one. So let me grab that pie. And here we have the one that has been in the refrigerator for 24 hours or so. So now we're just going to open it up, and you can see it is stuck to the lid as well, because like I said, it's pretty normal that it sticks to the lid. Bum, 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 bum. All right. So let's just smooth that out just a little bit. Ba-ba. And there we have it. The finished pie looks identical to the first one, right? Right. And it tastes fantastic. So you're going to slice it just like you slice a normal pie, with your hands. So I have a pie slicer here. I'm going to slice. I'm going to try to get the perfect piece of pie out. But you know, the perfect piece of pie is the finished piece of pie. It doesn't matter how it looks. I tell myself that now while I'm trying to get the slice out, hoping that it will look perfect. Let's hope I can get this perfect slice out. Oh, a little bit further. There we go. Look at this. Now, some of the pumpkin got on the bottom. That was just my doing. The layer is still there, but the pumpkin kind of slid over. But check it out. Let me see if I can clean the layer up with my offset spreader so that it'll be camera worthy. Oh yeah, that worked. Look at that beauty. Oh, delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to gladly taste this divine pie. Seriously, if you're a pumpkin pie lover, you're gonna love this. If you're not a pumpkin pie lover, you're gonna love this. The cream cheese layer is so smooth and creamy. The pumpkin layer does not taste like a pumpkin pie. It has the pumpkin flavor, obviously, but something about adding that vanilla pudding just brings it over the top. It is so good. It is so hard for me to say no to this pie. Like, even when I'm on a diet and somebody's like, hey, you wanna make a double layer pumpkin pie? I'm like, of course, because that means I get to eat it. Although I am giving away the pie we just did because I knew that I already had a pie in there. And I was like, do I want 2 pies in the house before Thanksgiving? Kind of, but I shouldn't. So I gave it away and my friend is going to be thrilled. She's gonna pick it up in just a little while. Oh, this is so good. Everything about it, seriously. It is so wow. Like, I don't even know what else I could tell you to convince you that you need to make it. Comes together in 5 minutes. You can do it. It is so delicious and so easy. Most of the time during the holiday season, we have all of these ingredients in our pantry already, with the exception of the pie crust, but you could make your own pie crust with graham crackers or whatever, or you can just go buy one. You know, they're just a couple bucks. But such a good dessert idea or lunch idea. It is lunchtime. Seriously, if I had to choose which layer I like the best, I couldn't do it because both of them together make up the perfect texture balance in your mouth. And you can taste each layer, and then you can taste them together. And then that crust is still crispy and oh, so good. You must try it. If you try it, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Otherwise, that's it for this adventure. Did you enjoy that? Stay tuned. Coming soon, more pumpkin recipes as requested. So, all right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Give it a like, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and right now you guys want pumpkin videos, so pumpkin videos it is. All right, you guys, we will see you on the next adventure. Bye.